Tonight, the demon invasion is only a week away. We'll have the details. Overwatch gets Olympic. Hearthstone goes disco. And angels appear in the HotS PTR. This is Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News. From the Battlenet, what am I calling this? It's the Battlenet Bunker? I don't know what I'm calling this. I don't know what I'm calling this yet. But it's in Minneapolis. We all know that. Today is August 2nd, 2016, and it is now 9:09 in the PM. And thanks for joining us, everybody, from all around the Blizzard universe. My name is Pat Crane. I'm your host of the show. And, as always, the players are here. First of all, let's go. Here's Darius right here. Hi, Darius.
Hi.
Darius.
I noticed ever since you stopped writing the player intros in the show notes, you have no idea what to say.
No, I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's fine. It's fine. Well, actually, I do know this. He does the old Lords of the Storm podcast and a bunch of other stuff over at the Zord Network. It's Gizmo!
Hey, that's me. I do things, and
you do
things.
You said do.
And I'm so excited. It's WoW time is back officially for me.
Yeah,
and I'm just beyond thrilled about it. So let's do this.
Well, we'll talk about all that stuff soon. But first of all, we have to bring in our other guy from the Spazzbot Studios. Wonder shows of podcasting. It is Mick Montgomery. Hello.
Hello, and
hello, and goodbye.
That was an introduction. And I gotta say, I'm a little bummed out about not the intro, but here's the deal. We know that it's a little rough right now in the States, politics wise. Mm-hmm. I don't care which way you're going. People are kind of bummed out. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking of jumping ship and going somewhere else. And I've been making a list of reasons to move to different countries. And right now I'm on Switzerland, guys, because I got to tell you, the flag is a big plus. The flag.
Wow.
Is a wow.
I tried
this
not
is his
to
last
laugh.
show, right?
I'm sorry. I threw that one on the whiteboard pretty quick. I was just brainstorming. I just threw it up, because I like whiteboards because I find them remarkable.
Okay.
How do we turn his mic off?
I was like, man, this is really deep.
I can't mute him from here.
I ate some food coloring tonight, and I think we died inside. So,
oh wow, wow.
Anyway, look, this is my last show.
Yes.
When I came up with the idea to do dad jokes when I joined the show, it was between dad jokes and steak puns. But steak puns can be a little tough. And it's a medium where really anything well done is rare.
Right. That one I will agree with.
Dork of the Week.
Dork of the Week! Mick Montgomery, everybody. Yeah.
I got the ones I had stored up all out in one show.
You can take that Dork of the Week home with you. Just keep it.
Yeah. Wait, hold on a sec. Here's another one.
Dork of the Week.
I think you need two.
I'll take it all day long.
Well, hello, fellas, and welcome back for another wonderful show of Convert to Raid. Mick, this is your last show. Do you wanna give us the sketchy details as to why?
Sure.
Because I know you can't say anything right now.
I can't say a lot about, or I'm choosing not to say a lot right now. But unfortunately, unfortunately, right? Fortunately, I got a tremendous opportunity to do something really cool. I decided to take that offer and run with that ball. And it's something I'm really excited about. It's something I've been working towards for a long time. and it finally happened. And then unfortunately, it limits my ability to do shows like this, which I have enjoyed so very much and have been honored to just be included on Convert to Raid in any way, shape, or form. And I will terribly miss doing the show with these guys, even Darius. And
don't lie.
Right.
No, I mean, this has always been such a fantastic show in the World of Warcraft community, now in the Blizzard community at large. And I'm going to miss it. I'm sad to go. But I want folks to at least know that I'm leaving for all the right reasons, and none of it's not because I hate the game and I don't like this or I don't like that. I'm just leaving because this is the circumstance. This is the cards that was dealt. And I'm not going to say where I'm going right yet. I'll let that out of the bag a little bit later. But tonight is goodbye for me on Convert to Raid. And just first off, just want to say thanks to Pat for extending an invitation, and for Darius for putting up with my dad jokes for the last year. And I'm going to miss you guys. So
well, we'll miss you too. And I know that also means, do you know what's going on with a couple of your other shows? Because I know that a couple of your other shows are tied into that as well.
Yeah, and my shows that are on the Signals Media All-Star Network are going to be affected. I'm going to be stepping away from the starting zone, but we believe that show is going to continue on with a different set of hosts. Okay. And we're working out right now what's going to happen to Stormcast, which is my Heroes of the Storm show. I'll be stepping away from that, as well as my longtime co-host, Notch. He's also going to be stepping away from the show. So we're kind of reviewing what's going to happen there. Obviously, Willie Dills Gregory has been on the show for us for a long time, so we're figuring out the details there of how Stormcast may or may not move forward. So we'll release those details when we're ready to release it. But as of August 8th, that'll be my last appearance on Stormcast. And then I'll be done with the starting zone by August 18th.
Yes, he's going to be a part of the Trump Brain Trust.
Please.
I think...
I don't think.
Anyway, I'm not going to say anything political on the show other than that. I think that's good enough.
Have we hit our limit so far in the first 10 minutes?
I think so.
So we're going to be looking to film Mick's spot, and it will be trial by combat.
Right.
I feel that's probably the fairest way.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that in the coming weeks.
And by combat, we mean pet battle. So get sure.
Oh, that's way more disappointing.
It really is. It really is. Well, so other than that stuff, let's talk a little bit about gaming and a little bit about what we've been up to and all that kind of stuff. And Darius, how is the wowing going for you and other games?
The wowing.
Yeah.
I haven't done a whole lot of wowing, just a little bit of old stuff. Just trying to get back into it and just not finding any hooks. I actually had to leave my raid team this week.
Oh no!
Because I just can't make the raid times. So unfortunately, I am homeless, or a person experiencing homelessness. I think that's what they prefer to be
called. A person experiencing homelessness. Okay.
So I don't have a raid team right now. I still don't even own Legion, which is also a problem.
That could be dangerous.
It's going to be hard to play Legion when I don't actually own Legion yet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been hard. But man, Overwatch is still awesome.
It is. And we have lots more to talk about Overwatch. They changed up some stuff tonight, or today. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Still lots of playing of Overwatch and lots of stuff going on outside of video games that have been taking up a lot of my time lately. Yeah. So unfortunately, there hasn't been a whole lot of gaming.
Yep. How about you, Giz? What have you been up to, bud?
Oh, lots of Heroes stuff per usual, but this week it's been a lot of Warcraft. I did not leave the raid team, so for now, until I get
that in Darius' face, get him. Yeah.
Until I get replaced, I'm still on Convert to Mythic.
So like next week. So
yes. Yeah. But we hopped in raiding again this week. We're just doing some Mythic Hellfire to knock some of the rust off, which there's a lot. I completely forgot how to hunter.
It changed all around though. So I mean,
it did.
I mean, come on, you can't fault yourself for forgetting how to hunter.
Yeah, and stat priorities and everything. Who would have thought critical strike would have been the lowest priority for a marksman hunter?
Yeah,
mind blowing. All my gear sucks now.
I know,
but it's super exciting. We're looking forward to that, and just getting the cohesion going with that raid team heading into Legion. So we're super excited. Cool. I'm pumped, and it's a good time.
Good. Good. I know that. So get this. I have decided. I've decided something about World of Warcraft. I think I am like 85 to 87% sure that I will be trying out Shaman.
Yes.
I'm going to be trying out Shaman for Legion. I decided to switch it up. I'm 85 to 87% there, somewhere in that range. And so I'm going to be... I know Druid is really good, especially for Mythic Dungeons, for the 5-mans, and for the Mythic Plus. So they're supposed to be like OP and like, oh my god, you got to have one. And I'm like, you know what? Shaman does a pretty good job too. So we might see what happens.
What turned the corner for you to make that choice?
I think what it is that the DPS styles. I really like the DPS styles of the Shaman. So I don't care what spec I play.
Or you're not even healing, you're DPSing?
No, I mean I can do whatever, but I mean I think I like the DPS styles of Shaman better than the DPS styles of Druid. So therefore, if I can do everything that I want to do and enjoy each spec, then why not go Shaman? So,
well, I mean, you might enjoy DPSing as a Shaman, but the people around you might not.
This is true. Plus, I've been talking to some folks about getting a raid team together, and we may already have a Druid healer. So there's that reason as well.
Yes.
Do you raid Thursday nights?
Will we raid Thursday nights? No, I think Wednesdays. I think we're looking at Wednesdays. Just a one night a week type of deal. You know, fair to casual, somewhere in there. So nothing too major. Just kind of go in there, play the things, and then the rest of the nights, then I can do all the 5-man content and the small group stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking forward to. So then we can do the Mythic Plus Dungeons, we can do Overwatch and Heroes and other stuff, and go have a good time the rest of the week. So that's what I'm planning on. I don't know. You know what else I'm planning on? It was really weird. Jules Scott, she is living in town now, and we're teaming up and doing things. And we are actually planning a new party for people that live in the Minneapolis area.
Oh.
And we tried it out this weekend. It is a Pokemon party bus. That's what we're thinking about doing. Pokemon party bus. So
is there an actual bus involved, or
and then we'll go around to like all the different tap rooms in Minneapolis. We'll hit up like 4, 5, 6, however many we can hit, and get some Pokemon along the way.
So what do you draw straws for who has to drive the bus?
No. But we're gonna get a driver.
You should get one of those. Those bars on wheels thing where everyone has to pedal.
Those pedal pubs. Yeah, we were looking into that.
Get one of those.
We were looking into that, and then it was nixed. That was nixed.
What?
Nixed. Beer. That sounds nice until a few beers, and then that sounds awful.
Nice. Well,
no. It's actually pretty fun, and it keeps you fairly sober longer. Not really.
Okay, makes sense.
Really.
I actually did a Pokemon pub crawl this last weekend.
Oh yeah,
in St. Augustine, Florida, and it was amazing.
Cool.
And holy Pokestops, because St. Augustine at least claims to be the oldest founded city in America, in the Americas. So there's Pokestops like every 2 feet there.
Wow.
And it was packed. Plus there were people just driving around in circles blaring the Pokemon theme song, and it was awesome.
Wow. That'd be cool.
I think you guys will have a good time. You have to.
Maybe we should do a pub crawl
instead.
Maybe we should do a crawl instead, and just do a pub crawl, and then that way we don't have to worry about.
And you hatch eggs while you're walking.
Yeah, but
That's
there's
true.
something about going around to all the different little tap rooms and stuff like that, because there's a ton in the Minneapolis area. So I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But we're trying to plan it all out and see what happens, and maybe we'll do this next month. We're looking at next month. I don't know.
No, you should definitely do it in the middle of August. Have everybody walk around.
Yes, have everybody walk in the middle of August.
While drunk.
That would be great. Just everybody gets heat stroke That'd be wonderful.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to the news. That's it. All right, the WoW, the demon invasions and demon hunters arrive next week. August 9th. They're coming. So
We're cheering for invasions now?
yeah, we're cheering for. I'm actually cheering for the demon hunters that are coming.
Oh.
Because they're pretty rad. I don't know. You guys all played them in beta and stuff, right?
Mhm.
So, Giz, what did you think about the Demon Hunter when you played it? And are you looking forward to it now?
Yes, I am. I am not a huge melee class kind of guy.
You play a hunter.
but-
That's melee now.
Well, not. I'm not survival, although I do miss Raptor Strike.
Oh, it's so awesome.
But the Demon Hunters are super fun. Their mobility is absolutely crazy. And I'm looking forward to getting them out into the real world in World of Warcraft instead of locked away in their starting zone. Because I'm super stoked to start a new garrison with one. Super looking forward to that. But no.
I'm really looking forward to going through the entire starting zone just so I can start up a garrison.
Yes.
That is the key.
But no, if you guys haven't had a chance to play these yet, they're incredible. Everyone is going to have one. Everyone's going to love them. And I'm super excited.
Mick, how about you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean it's one of the classes that I have my eye on for Legion for sure. So
you are a melee guy.
I am a melee guy. I've played melee and I've played ranged, and I have no problem with either of them. So you either stand into the boss's butt or you're way off in the distance getting lost in fire. So it doesn't really matter to me. But for the most part, ever since I played at BlizzCon last year, I've been super hype about potentially rolling a Demon Hunter. So I'm definitely going to give it another shot now that we're going to see the Demon Hunter in somewhat of a tapered off version of it, not a full complete Demon Hunter. But I'm excited to get in there and get mine rolled and get him ready for the actual expansion when it launches. So yeah, I'm definitely going to spend some time doing that.
So Darius, the lead us through this, because in the pre-expansion stuff they're doing certain things like Mick was alluding to, like kind of a it'll feel a little weak, it sounds like. So.
Yeah, they've said that Demon Hunters are, like everyone now, are balanced for 110. So you're going to be missing out on some spells and abilities and talents, and things aren't going to feel right. So yeah, you're going to be kind of weak. You're the kind of stuff that I think you would expect for a Demon Hunter, you're just not going to have right away.
Right.
But I think that's to be expected just about of any class right now. Yeah.
Right. And it sounds like, okay, so you'll be able to do the full starting zone experience and then just play them as, a level 100 or whatever. And you can do when this whole thing launches, you can do the Broken Shore intro with another character, not the Demon Hunter, but another character. And in order to have a Demon Hunter in the first place, you have to have a level 70 on the server that you want to make the Demon Hunter on, right? Is that all? That all the things?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So I'm kind of, I really dig the Demon Hunter as far as from a mobility standpoint. Man, they are fast. I love the double jump, love the glide. I love the little zippy zoo thing that he does. He goes zip zip zoop zoop zoop, all around the mob. It's great. It's great. I don't know what you're laughing at. It's awesome.
Zip zop zoop.
Zip zip zoop zoop zoop.
It's literally
it makes
what it
that sound
like.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, you throw in a wee every once in a while.
That's me actually sitting in my chair. Whee!
I have so much glee in my heart.
Right.
And foul energy.
Now I just wish that they could be gnomes. They're not going to be.
Well, see, that's the thing that was confirmed in the Q&A, was that they're just going to stick with these two races in the beginning,
right?
For Demon Hunters, which I think, to a kind of degree, kind of like halfway fits into the lore, right? Like the Eldar would be introduced now, and then maybe later would spread to other races. So it kind of makes sense that they would kind of confine it to these two particular art style models. And so, yeah, I've said this time and time again. I think I've said it on this show. it's worth it just to do a Demon Hunter, roll one, just to go through that starting zone, much like it was always worth it to do a Death Knight just to go through that starting zone and have that experience. So, because they are so unique. So it's something that even if you don't want to play a Demon Hunter, when they are released, within a couple weeks leading up to Legion, if you have nothing else you want to do, roll a Demon Hunter just to play and get that starting zone experience and get that story on your belt. And you'll definitely not regret it.
No, it's a good story. I liked it. So, I am looking forward to doing that again, because it's been like 6 months since they came out on the beta. So, or since the beta came out. So it feels like it's time to do it again. Let's do it. And like you said, there was a Demon Hunter Q&A, and it was pretty short and to the point, and it was just basically saying, hey, here's the Demon Hunter, here's kind of some of the things, and it's coming out August 9th. Bye. See you guys. It was like 20 minutes. I'm like, wait, I thought they did an hour.
Yeah.
Nope, not the case. Not the case. What else is coming? Let's see. Now, the first week of Legion, it looks like Mythic Dungeons are going to be available. And again, maybe I should do that. So, looking forward to that. Are they going to start up the Mythic Plus right away? Do you know? Did they say?
They said later. They didn't say when. They just said later, as far as I know.
Probably at the same time that they start up raids and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be able to kind of gather some keystones or whatnots at the beginning here.
Okay.
I believe, so to get ready for those.
Cool. Awesome. Another thing that they just did. Oh man. This other thing that they just did. So I don't know if there was a bunch of people getting seasick because of the camera, and they couldn't figure it out. And then they realized that Darius, do you know what was going on with this?
This is the action cam.
Yeah.
This is the thing that virtual reality has from time to time. If you take camera control away from a user but give them the perception that they have control over it, it can make people sick.
That's awesome.
Turn them sick.
It turns them sick.
But it was like the bobbing head, wasn't it? Is that what did it?
Yeah, it's this change of perception, this forced perception kind of thing that can make people sick.
Oh, they found it was coming on at the wrong time, and then people were like, I don't know what's going on, and now so it was really.
Yeah, it was a real issue. I know that we talked about it on TSC a little bit because two of the co-hosts over there have raid team members that have like real issues with this, and one of their players was literally like, "Guys, I don't know if I can do this expansion now." So right. I there was, I think, enough complaints going on around the issue that turning it off is probably the best solution at this point. Just
well, and it sounds like it just wasn't working as intended, to where people were turning it on accident without noticing it. So they've just disabled it for now, and they're just going to fix it, make it much easier to tell when it's on, when it's off, not be able to turn it on accident, and then bring it back at a later date. Yeah, because there were also a lot of people that really enjoyed it when they were expecting it. It's not something you want to happen unexpected.
Well, and the other thing that this kind of goes toward is it goes toward the zoom that they have changed for Legion, where they have reduced the zoom area that how far you can back out. And I didn't realize, I mean, I kind of knew it beforehand what was going on, but this last week I was gearing up my shaman because I hadn't played her in a while, and I'm like, okay, it's time to gear you up, time to get ready for Legion. And I was going through a bunch of LFRs and just kind of getting the hang of it again. And man, I wanted to back that sucker up about 4 or 5 times more than I could.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I think they extended the like default range that you could go without having to type in the command or whatever. And man, it still just feels way too close. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. People were complaining about it. I was like, guys, it's fine. And then when I went into raid, I was like, no, this is not fine.
I'm gonna have to get a second screen and just make sure that it's all the way across.
I'm gonna have to like wireless keyboard mouse and just sit. That's not gonna help at all. Sitting across my room. That's not gonna help at all. Sitting across my room whatsoever.
No,
but
it won't.
you know,
It won't.
Somebody today released an add-on called Max Cam, which will let you zoom out as far as you want because the functionality is still in the game. It's just the slider is different to the point where people are able to slide out like all the way to space.
Nice.
So if you want to raid that way, you have the option now.
So how soon until Blizzard breaks that one?
Yeah, that'll be fixed soon, probably.
Fixed.
Yeah.
Fixed. That's it. Let's see. I have not heard this yet. We talked about the trailer last week. Tomb of Sargeras is now out. The audio drama. Have you guys heard this? Have you listened to it yet?
The first time I saw this posted, the headline, I think it was MMO Champion. It said something like, "WoW Legion audio drama," and I was like, "Oh, great!
Yes.
What are people complaining about now?"
That's the same thing I thought.
And then I read the article, and I'm like looking for it. I'm like, "There's nothing. Like, there's nothing. It's just this video." Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I haven't listened to all of it yet. I've listened to about half of it, and it's good. I kind of wish Coltrane was quoting it, though. I think I'd rather just read it in my mind and have Coltrane reading to me.
Yep, right.
But it is good.
It's good. You liked it?
I do.
Is it? And this is going to be a serial thing, so this is something that you want to actually log in. It's like a podcast, so make sure to get it through iTunes or through your favorite podcatcher.
Mm-hmm.
The second part of it is actually already released as of I think today.
Ooh.
So part 2 is already out, and I think calling it an audio drama is it's a little bit of a miscue, perhaps, because it is more of like a really well done, well produced audiobook.
So it's like a fully produced audiobook.
Yeah,
like a full cast audio book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I think of like an audio drama, I think of like a play, right? Like there's characters and sound effects, and so there's a narrator, and there's different actors that are voicing different characters. But I think that for me, this is a much better way for me to get engaged with the story before Legion than having to sit down with a novel and try and get that done before it comes out. So for me, I think this might be one of the best things that they've ever done in terms of pre-expansion promotional material.
Sure.
I really like the digital comic books as well that they've been putting out, but to me, I feel like this is probably the best thing for me right now, because I don't have to, like I said, I don't have as much time to read a big, giant, thick book before we get to Legion, and this audio drama is something I can do the car, and it's really, really well done.
Yep.
It's not going to be. I think if you're on a little bit, let me put it this way: if you're on Gul'dan Overload right now, then you're going to probably have some issues with the first part, but the quality is still top notch. So I think that James Waugh and his team have really kind of done a really good job with this piece.
Well, and like you were saying, the really nice part is that you can go through your daily commute, wherever that may be, and listen to these things instead of reading a book, and you don't have to take your eyes off the road or whatever. And so that's really good. And for those guys that are listening to podcasts, I mean, you guys should like this anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's.
I mean, it's getting to the point where I'm beginning to feel very much that World of Warcraft's future in storytelling outside of gameplay is pretty relevant right now. Like they could continue to keep making really interesting stories, and not necessarily a television show or anything, but they can continue to keep doing this for, other avenues and continue to explore the world of Warcraft in stories like this for a while. I hope that people get behind it and give it a lot of downloads so Blizzard gets excited about the engagement and the response, because I would love to see more of this even throughout the course of an expansion, like different stories and different fill-ins. This was a really well done and well crafted piece, and I think that overall the storytelling for Legion is really at an all-time high. Obviously we'll get in and get a chance to play the game, and whether or not the game matches the intensity of the story. But for me, what's hitting on all cylinders right now for Blizzard is how they're kind of structuring their story in and around the launch of this expansion. So it's they're really doing a good job.
Right, and I think one of the other things that I was thinking about this while you're talking about, I don't know why. You were talking about all the media that they're releasing stuff in, and I'm like going, you know what I really want to see? I really want to see like a cartoon. Like with Thrall, and he's like investigating the mysteries of the old gods or something like that. You know, but it's like a Scooby-Doo series. I don't know. Just zoinks? Maybe not that. But yeah, I mean, and I think that with the Warcraft, or actually the Blizzard Studios thing, coming around and all that stuff, I think we're only going to see more of this type of thing. So yeah, I'm liking it.
Here's to hope.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm really liking that they're shooting this thing off kind of all around the internet and really telling you in many different ways what's going on with the story. And they're not just doing it in WoW, they're doing it for Overwatch, and they're doing it for are they doing it for StarCraft 2? No, they did the missions. Yeah, which was a different storytelling type of thing. But you know, I think we could only see more as we go along. It's pretty cool. And one other thing that is going on that you guys might not know about, but Gizmo, I know you tried it out. And we kind of talked about it on the show before, was that they're now going to be integrating Facebook live streaming into all Blizzard games. And Giz, you tried this out, so I'll let you tell your experience with this.
Yeah, so I've actually been doing this a lot over the past few days. It's really bare bones right now, but it's super accessible, super easy to do. Pretty much once you, if you get into the beta and you download this, it's just a beta version of the Battlenet client. And anytime you are in a Blizzard game, you can hit Control F1. Bam, you are now streaming to Facebook,
which is really cool.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of options. You can't have any overlay art right now, which who knows if they'll do that in the future. The video quality is if you do full screen, and there's no customization to that, which I imagine if this gets big, there will be in the future. But it's really easy. It has a nice overlay on your screen in the top left corner. It shows that there's a little camera letting you know you're live. It has tells you how many viewers you have, so you're not having to look on a second monitor. And then if you have it open on a second monitor, the comments that are coming in are live time.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to interact. For me, I've had a lot of people, my Facebook friends and stuff who aren't gamers and stuff coming by, hanging out. So it's reaching an audience that Twitch does not. Right. And I'm getting a ton more views on Facebook just because of that. Now, whether, I'm not saying it's going to get huge and overtake Twitch or anything like that, but it is a really cool outlet for people to go, casual streamers, people who want to show their family and friends, what these games they play are, and the community. So I'm having a really good time with it. And you would also, be able to stream to Twitch at the same time as well, technically, because you don't have to use OBS or anything to do this.
No.
So I just, if they add some more features to it, I think it could be really, really neat.
They do need to up their game on how good a quality it can be. Because if you're doing Overwatch at 480p, that's pretty bad.
And
pretty
the delay is like maybe 5 seconds, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the quality definitely needs some work and just some more customizable things.
But I think you struck on a chord that is kind of that I didn't think about before, and that is that you're going to be streaming to your friends and family. So you're not going to have the weird stream as much because you might have grandma watching. Like grandma, why are you doing that with your butt on the stream?
Now all my friends and family know my secret shame. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need them knowing that.
They know I'm a nerd. No,
you can't do the social food yet.
They've had no idea that I'm a nerd.
Well,
you don't understand, Mick.
Right.
Don't eat my donut. Get out of here.
Hold on a sec. we have a second
Dork of the week.
There we go.
But and another thing I've noticed, and somebody brought up in chat, Marissa. So right now you're only able to stream, at least that I figured out, you're only able to stream to a personal page. So it's linked to my personal account. I can't figure out how to get it on my community pages or anything like that. So I just have to share it from those pages.
I thought I saw something about that, but I'm not sure.
I'm really dumb, so it's very possible. I
can't remember. I tried it once. I did it without the video, without the audio, and I'm like, okay, let's just go. You know, I just wanted to check out the gameplay and see what was going on. So I played a game of Overwatch, and then I looked back at it, and everything was jagged and
I haven't tried Overwatch yet.
And Overwatch is bad because it's just so fast. It's so twitchy. Can't handle it. So
actually, I did play Overwatch. I didn't hear anyone say anything though, so we'll see.
They kind of got used to it.
Yeah.
I can't see anything. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Speaking of Overwatch, they are going to Rio. Overwatch is doing Olympic-themed stuff starting today. And I don't know if you checked it out at all. Lucio's a big star. Of course, he's from Rio, or that area. So he is. He's on the front page, and there's even Lucio Ball, not Lucille Ball, Lucio Ball.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played yet, so I was kind of looking forward to that.
To Lucille Ball.
Yeah, I'm a little sad because I thought that's what it was.
Oh. Do you know what Lucio Ball is, Darius?
It's Rocket League Ball.
It's Rocket League for Twitchy Overwatch.
Yeah. It's just that. It's soccer on roller skates.
Yes. And so you will automatically enjoy it, I'm sure, because you love soccer.
I can't wait for this show to be over.
That's every
You're going
week.
down.
Have any of you guys played it yet? I played Lucio Ball quite a bit today. It's weird. It's weird.
Can you do aerials?
So kinda. Okay, so get this. If you are, so it has this big open field, and then there are these little pads on there that are brightly colored. They're like orange, and they're in the corners. They're in the goal. I think there's one in the middle. And if you are on one of those pads and you jump, you can jump really, really high and really far. Very, very important for Lucio Ball. Okay. The other thing you need to know is if you ride the walls, because you're Lucio, you can ride the walls. If you ride the walls, speed boost. Awesome. Ooh. If you're in the middle of the field, you can't do jack. It feels really slow. And all you can do is you can punch and you can do that big blast, the right click thing, right? So you can't do the three little pulses. You can only do the big thing. So that's it. That's all you can do. And then the physics are such so that you can stop the ball with your body as well. So it's a little clunky.
Well,
right.
They kind of invented a whole new game inside their game on the floor.
They're trying something.
Yeah.
So I got to give it to them for trying something. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. I played a bunch, so I wasted a lot of time playing Lucio Ball. So I couldn't win, but I played a lot. So
I'm really tempted, but I'm super scared that's going to want to get me back into Rocket League a lot, and I just can't do it right now because there's way too many things getting ready to happen that I need to play.
Dude, yeah. Rocket League is that's still the game for me. Like if I need to pop in for just like 5 minutes or something like that, it's either that or Overwatch. That's it. That is it. Or Lucio Ball now. So they also have a bunch of track and field stuff for the other characters. They have emotes and new skins and I think some intros as well.
Yeah, highlight intros, some
sprays,
skins, sprays, voice lines.
Yep.
Hanzo got ripped off, man. He just got a spray.
There are a couple that don't have anything. I think Anna is one of them. And
no, they showed she has a spray of her doing like a what do they call this? The skiing and sharpshooting thing.
Okay.
I got the track and field tracer skin, so that was pretty cool. And
I did open my free box, and it came with a purple sack of gold, and
awesome.
I was very happy about that. Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of people.
I also got a Bastion emote where he's boxing.
Yeah,
Rock'em
was
Sock'em
cool.
Robots.
That's not fair.
Yeah, Rock'em
It's a
Sock'em
robot.
That's it. So
He doesn't feel pain.
that's because I played enough so that I got 2 loot boxes. Played enough Lucio Ball so that I got 2. Man, I don't know. Have you seen anything else as far as anything other cool Olympic stuff going on? Anything?
I'm interested to see if because the Lucio Ball is the Brawl.
Yeah.
Is that the Brawl this week?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what. I'm sure they'll be doing some other events, Olympic type event things or something going on.
Do you think they'll be able to use
the
same field for stuff?
Maybe. Maybe just change a little bit because they had Lucio has the soccer skin. They had Junkrat has the highlight intro of him trying to do shot put and stuff. So maybe there'll be a shot put type event or something like that. So
maybe a tracer race.
Yes,
Well, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Obstacle course.
Yeah, some kind of obstacle course for Tracer.
It would have to be. Yeah, that would be really cool, actually. That kind of opens it up.
You can do archery for Hanzo, right?
Yeah.
I thought they took him out of the game.
That'd be weird, though, because this is such a twitchy... They took him out.
Wish they would.
They just took him out.
Somebody asked how Zarya was allowed to go to the Olympics, seeing that she's Russian.
Oh, boy.
What? That's
She's one of the clean ones. You gotta make sure that you're.
She's one of the clean ones.
She's one of the ones that's not. She's not involved with any of that other crap. She's totally innocent.
Yeah, those shoulders just scream, "Oh, natural!"
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They do. Come on, it can happen. Let's go.
She lifts a lot of weights.
All right. Let's move on to Hearthstone. Hearthstone.
What?
It's the card game. The card game thing that you don't play. That one.
Gwent.
Hearthstone. So they released a new trailer for the new adventure pack that is coming their way. We talked about this last week with John Horseman, and he called it, and they are going with Karazhan as the new adventure. I'll do that.
70s Karazhan.
Only one night.
Disco Karazhan. Night in Karazhan. And it was really cool. It was very disco and very fun, and I don't know. Really cool.
I loved the trailer for it. The Hearthstone team does a fantastic job.
With the hype.
I found it funny. What? With
the hype?
Yes, it really, like the commercials and stuff they were doing on TV too are just fantastic. But I found it funny. Somebody on Twitter was like, "Was this inspired by The Great Gatsby at all?" And they responded, "It may have come up in meetings more than once." So it does. It definitely has that feel. But if you haven't seen the trailer, definitely check it out. Even if you aren't into Hearthstone, I mean, Blizzard as a whole just does a really good job with all their.
They really do
videos.
They really do, and it's $20. You'll get all the wings you can eat. No,
only 4.
Only 5.
It's
all the wings of Karazhan. So that should be fun. I mean, it should be a good time. And then plus you get bonus cards, and the cards look. I don't think we got really a big look at the cards. We got it like a couple, and they look all right. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll change up the meta at least. So. That's good.
Yeah, this might be what gets me back into it to check it out. I wasn't a huge fan of the Old Gods. So I played it a little bit, have kind of taken a few months off. I will get this, play through it, and then maybe push a few more months on the ladder grind. So
you weren't the only one that didn't like the old gods. I know that some of the people that I talked to were just not into it, and I wasn't strongly into it. But then again, Overwatch came out, so I was fine.
Yeah.
I just leveled up to level 20 every month so I could get the card back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm good. Let's see. Anything else as far as that stuff goes? Not a lot. No. There'll be 13 bosses, right? And 9 class challenges and all that kind of stuff. And so you'll be able to get that for $20 coming up soon. Do we know when it's going to be released?
It's in August 11th, I believe.
Okay.
No, am I right on that? It's very quickly. It's in August.
Yeah, they always do their stuff really quick, so that sounds about right. I think it is worth mentioning. I believe so. It's 5 wings actually. I believe the first wing is free, but you won't unlock any cards with it if that's correct. Maybe they have a nice little prologue ring. So I don't know, but there is 5 wings, and the 4 wings are $20.
Yeah, I don't know how many wings I can eat.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think I can eat 4.
I'm not
5
sure.
might be pushing it.
A couple dozen, maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the website confirms it is August 11th. So it's literally next week is going to be a new adventure for Hearthstone. So I mean that's got to be exciting for Hearthstone players. But man, it feels like Blizzard just keeps dumping stuff. It's a busy time of year for them for sure. The back half of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean they've got the new adventure coming out soon. They've got Demon Hunters coming out right around the same time, and Legion's right around the corner. What else do they have going on? They have let's talk about Heroes of the Storm real quick, because now they have a new character playable, Auriel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And since we have the HotS guys here this week, we didn't have you guys here last week, so now we can talk all about HotS.
Sweet.
I want to talk about this. So Mick, what's going on with this new tune?
Well, Auriel is the first support to be introduced to Heroes of the Storm since Lieutenant Morales last fall of 2015. That's how long it's been since a new support hero has been introduced into the game. I think Gizmo fits the mold that I know. I think you and I discussed. We did a special Convert to Raid HotS thing a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Lords of the Stormcast?
Yeah.
That was good. I liked it.
Where it was a little bit more of I wouldn't necessarily call her. I think it's a support class that's not just based around healing. There is some healing involved, but she also offers that utility that I think is interesting. Her mechanic or her trait, which is I think it's called Bestow Hope, where you basically link yourself to another hero, and then your ability to charge her energy resource, which is not mana based, is predicated on the damage both she deals and the person who is marked with her trait deal at the same time. Which means that she could have, if it's done well and played right, she could actually have a tremendous pool for support. And her only heal is a big AoE heal as well. So that's pretty interesting. I think there was some debate about how powerful her heroic is because it is a full resurrection ability. But that ability is pretty, I would say, almost, it feels less viable than the other heroic Gizmo because it's like, you have a 3-second cast time to make it go off, and you only resurrect the hero at 50%.
Yeah.
Whereas the other is a full shield that then explodes and does AoE damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the resurrection is the one that everybody's picking as far as, or
it's
the one the one they're thinking that they're going to pick though.
What they basically did is said, "Hey, here's a game breaker mechanic, resurrection. It would be the same as single death touch, right? So." Click on someone and they die. Like that would be kind of a game-breaking mechanic. So if you have the ability to instantly bring somebody back to life, that can be a real game changer in a game in which it's really tight, in which you can if you can resurrect somebody in the middle of a team fight after they go down, that will just turn the team fight back around on the other team because they just burned all their resources trying to get down perhaps the support or maybe the top DPS on the opposing team. Right. Now they're res right back up and my God. So with this mechanic, Auriel has to sit there and cast for 3 seconds in order to res that player back up. And even when she does that, that player comes back only 50% health, which is, I think, a fair exchange for the value that you're going to get out of that heroic. But so it really depends. The other ability basically puts your hero in a stasis for a few seconds to protect them, and then it explodes, dealing a whole bunch of damage. So I think it'll be interesting to see which one goes which, but her heroics aren't, I think, her biggest ability. I think long term, it's her real viable ability to lay out a lot of healing. And then also that she's got some abilities that also offer some real interesting utility as well.
Right. I was just thinking one of the skins should be Mercy from Overwatch.
Well, I think Mercy will still fit into this game.
Oh, really?
Yes, with unique abilities. But yeah, so I was fortunate enough to have on game producer Claudio Gentilini last week.
Oh, that's right.
On Lords of the Storm to interview him, specifically about Auriel. So Mick hit a lot of this stuff. One of the worries was that she wouldn't be, a full support, which people were wanting. But it's kind of nice because she's going to have, we kind of talked about some of her talent builds, and she's definitely going to have a completely viable, at least that's the plan, solo support build, to where the numbers he was talking about, he said this, is going to be a very high skill cap build, but you could get to the point to where, your heals are healing for like 5,000, which I was like, is that an exaggeration? Is that real? I don't know, but it sounds crazy. But it would not be an easy thing to get to that point. But she's really going to thrive in the dive comps because of her second ult. I don't remember the name of it. The crystal one.
Apex Crystal, I think it is.
To be able to protect that, squishy hero on your team from just getting demolished. The res will be nice. It will not be used in battle unless it's a rare circumstance. It's mainly going to be used for, you won this team fight, you got a curse. Hey, but you lost somebody, bring them back up. Now you're, full strength to push. But she looks really fun. She is in the PTR right now. People are trying her out. I have not had a chance to hop in. I know TBK has, some of my other co-hosts. They said that she's going to be a fairly tough high skill cap support hero to play, but she is super fun. Her skins look awesome. The animations are great. And I think people are going to be really, really excited when she comes out next week.
Cool.
And an overlooked ability for her is her Detainment Strike, which is her E, which is just kind of it's a push out ability that also knocks a character back. But if that character hits an obstruction, they're stunned for 1.5 seconds. So she theoretically has a lot of the things that I think make up very well liked heroes in terms of she has a stun, she has 2 viable heroics, she does decent damage, and she's going to be able to do decent healing. So she's in that very well-rounded, I think, support class. Like Tassadar is very well-rounded. Her Sacred Sweep, which is her Q ability, is going to be good for lane clear. So she's got a lot of good things going for her, and I think she's going to be one of the more well-rounded support classes. It's just whether or not how fast does she get or rise to the top of the meta, because I think, Gizmo, what we're seeing right now in Heroes is new heroes are being introduced, and they're not rising right to the top of the win-loss charts like they used to. They've been coming out and then hovering around 37%, 32%. Of win-loss.
25%.
Yeah, it's just really bad. I mean, when Li Ming came out, she was at 57% win rate, which was really massive on HotS logs. The last several heroes that have come out, Chromie, Gul'dan, have been very low on their win rate. So it's going to be interesting to see where she fits in. Medivh, very low on the win rate. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not players can figure her out. And I think this is a sign that we're going to be starting to see more complicated niche heroes and less kind of jack-of-all-trades heroes like your Vala or your Muradin. We're going to see heroes that are very specific now and have very unique kits moving forward, because we're getting into approaching 50 heroes. And so the more that we have more and more heroes introduced, the more unique they're going to be.
Right. Right. By the way, how is Gul'dan? I kind of talked to Tatville a little bit about this last week, but he's not huge into all that stuff. So you guys know all the heroes, I'm assuming. Giz, how is Gul'dan doing?
So Gul'dan is super fun to play. Like Mick said, he was a hero when he came out. He was instantly at the bottom of the win-loss rate column. He did get some slight buffs since then, and he's actually sitting in a fairly good spot now. He's moving up. He has the main thing about him, his trait is life tap, and pretty much whenever he runs out of mana, you can hit your trait, and he's going to sacrifice life for mana. So it's a really cool mechanic that you haven't seen in the game yet. It's a cool, balance game to play while you're playing. You can do some, lure some people out who think you're going to die or whatever, set up some cool ganks, things like that. But he's really fun, unique hero to play. So cool. I enjoy him.
I think what's interesting about Gul'dan is it's an opportunity for heroes to create their first kind of tanky mage, right? Mm-hmm. So he has this ability to drain life. He has this ability to kind of sustain himself health-wise. He has a number of damage mitigation spells that he can pick up in his build as he goes along. And I was kind of curious to see if they would, once I saw the kit, if they would go full-on like, this is like Heroes' version of Vladimir on League of Legends, right? But I don't think that they quite are pitching it that way. I think he still does a decent amount of damage. And I think he can still be a really tough player, but his skill cap's going to be kind of high. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be, I think all these heroes are coming in with higher skill caps. It's going to be harder for players to casually come in and get the most out of this hero right away without putting in some hours into them. So,
Yep.
Cool. And let's just talk a little bit about esports, especially for HotS right now. I know that we have the Overwatch Open going on. The qualifiers right now are happening, and the finals are actually going to be on Real TV for that stuff. It's going to be on TBS/Turner Broadcasting. They're doing the E-League stuff over there. So that's kind of cool. But for Heroes of the Storm, we have the NA Regionals in Burbank this weekend. So when you're not at Suicide Squad and watching that movie, like two, 3 times. I mean, how many times are you going to see this movie? It's going to be amazing. So looking forward to it. Really, yeah. But August 5th through the 7th, we're going to see the regionals, right? Who are we looking for in this?
Well, the full rundown of the teams right now that have qualified are Team Naventic, Gale Force Esports. No surprise there, since those are the 2 teams that went to the Summer Series finals in Europe this past June, I think it was. Some new names: Denial Sports, Vox Nihil, Gul'dan's game, and are there. Murloc Geniuses, which resurrected itself from death and came back, has qualified. Wow. And then Team Name Change. Not surprised that they're there. Astral Authority, I think, is the team that's qualified, and there was some issues around that. There was an accusation of a bug exploitation.
Right, in the last thing, right?
They kind of booted them out, and then they booted them back in. So that's
you're out. That. No, you're in. Stay there. Just stay put. We'll be fine.
So, you got a big roster of casters. We have Kalaris, who we know well from past presentations, Dreadnought, Gillyweek, Jay Howe, Solid Jake coming back to do some casting, and then a couple of new faces for the regionals here in North America, Azumo and Dunk Train. Dunk Train, of course, was the team captain for Cloud9 during their championship run at BlizzCon last year. So a good ESL is Gizmo. I think got some proving to do here. Their last North America regional broadcast was a dumpster fire, I think.
That is a kind way to put that, Mick. That is...
All right.
They've had some issues, but I think the teams to kind of keep a lookout for here, Team Naventic obviously has always done really well in North America. I think Denial Esports, a fairly new team who is made up of K1 Pro, King Caffeine, which are of course from Cloud9 after they disbanded, with also Glarong, APM, and Prismaticism. And then I expect to see good things out of Gale Force Esports, Astral Authority, and perhaps Murloc Geniuses. So I'm excited for it.
I'm picking Denial for this. That's my pick.
Yep.
Wow.
I think they're...
Are you in denial of your pick?
Yeah.
No, I'm not in denial at all. Right. I just feel that I don't think that Gale Force has proven to me at this point whether or not they can be consistent. So this is an opportunity for them to do so. And Naventic, of course, had a bit of a roster change going into this. So they are the wild card for me, even though they probably should be the favorite in terms of how they perform. But Denial just has a really strong roster with some really experienced players. So I expect them to do really well.
Cool.
Which is great for the scene because, before we would say, it's either going to be like last year around this time, we said it's either Tempo or it's Cloud9, right? Like that's what you said. Now you can look at this and go, well, hey, the Ventic could be there, Denial could be there, Gale Force could be there. So you have more teams that I think are in contention for those 1 and 2 spots than we have in the past.
Yep.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I didn't even hear that Dunk Train was going the caster route and not gaming anymore. What was the story with that? When did that happen? Or is he still doing it?
Well, I think the casting announcement happened shortly after he retired. So when Cloud9 disbanded,
right?
iDream and Dunk Train retired.
Oh, okay.
And it was shortly thereafter that Dunk was going to pursue casting, and he's been participating on Town Hall Heroes with Solid Jake, doing that show as a host, that podcast for Heroes, and I think that he has a good support structure of friends around him that would lend to him having a little bit easier time getting into this realm. And
cool.
He's a well-spoken guy, and so it's not a surprise to me that he would be picked up to kind of sit in that kind of expert esport player role that the broadcast team really needs.
Yep.
Cool. Very cool. Anything else going on around the Blizzard universe that we should be discussing here tonight? Anything at all? All right. Well, I think then we've covered it. We've covered at least enough of it. And with that, we will get the heck out of here. But before we do, I want to go around the room and let you guys plug your stuff. No, that sounds weird.
Plug my ears?
Sure, there's that. And tell people where they can find you. Darius, where can people find you?
I can't hear you. You can find me on the Twitter at BoredMind with a B.
I was just gonna let him just go.
It doesn't work when you have headphones in your ears, though.
Yeah.
Because I put my fingers in my ears, but
you just hear us more.
I really didn't think that one through, guys.
And we'll see what happens with WoW and your raiding stuffs and things.
Yeah, looking for a new raid team.
Yeah.
That raids. There's no drama, no loot rules, or all the loot goes to me, and we raid when I want. So,
right.
If there are any teams out there,
yep. Even the plate that goes to you.
Anything I want just goes to me.
It's all fair game. All right. Hey Giz, how about you? What goes on with you?
Oh, not too much. Actually, there's a little bit. You can find me on Twitter at Gizmozord. You can listen to my Heroes of the Storm podcast, Lords of the Storm, which is on Twitter at Lords of the Storm. And you can find that on Podcast, Stitcher, wherever you listen to all your podcast goodness at.
Right on. And you also do some streaming stuff too, right?
Yes, that is Twitch.
Especially on Facebook.
Or Facebook. Yeah, Facebook.com.
Yeah, exactly. And Mick, it's your last show, so I'm going to give you a big applause. Again, thank you so much for all of your dad jokes. I'm gonna say thank you, even though I can't like them. I don't like them, but I thank you for them because this show is all about bad jokes.
It really is.
Yeah,
and fart noises.
Yes, and fart noises. Yeah. Which I think I also have right there. It is. Yep.
Ooh.
That's it. So Mick, where can people find you?
Well, all the shows that I left that I'm able to produce, you can find over at Spazzbotstudios.com. Mm-hmm. You can check that out. Final episodes of this for me of the Starting Zone of Stormcast will be hitting soon. So you can go to stormcastshow.com for Heroes of the Storm stuff. You can go to thestartingzone.com for World of Warcraft stuff. And if you want to ever join us when we record live, like we're going to be doing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Wednesday evening, Gizmo is going to be joining us on Stormcast. It's our penultimate show. So Gizmo is going to be joining us from Lords of the Storm. John Jagger from Core is also going to be joining us. So good roster of folks. Could be myself and Dills. We're going to have a good time. You can hang out with us at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/Spazzbot Studios.
That's awesome. And that actually does sound like a really good group of folks there. So it should be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it. And I will play this song right here. By the way, you can find me on Twitter at Pat Crane. That's usually the best place to find me. And if you have a question about... let's see. Skip down. Okay, there we go. Please join in the conversation with us anytime. Make sure to go to converttoraid.com for all of your Convert to Raid needs. Like our Discord. You can get our instant invite straight from the website now. You can email us at converttoraid@gmail.com. You can call and leave comments and questions at our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 612-787-7243. You can follow us on Twitter at converttoraid. And you can join the Bazooble Guava Nation by heading over to the website, and where we have show downloads. They're over there. The videos, they're over there. Audios, yeah, we got those too. And all the guild stuffs. And much, much more. It's all over at converttoraid.com. We're also on the internet, where you can find us. YouTube's, iTunes, all those types of things.
Google Internet and you'll find us.
Yes, Google Internet.
We're there.
Convert to Raid Presents is produced and distributed by Signals Media. Make sure to check out all of our friends at the Signals Media All-Star Network at signalsmedia.com. And that is going to be it for the show. Mick, thank you once again for all of your efforts.
Bye, Mick.
My absolute pleasure, everyone. Take care.
Yes. For all the guys at Convert Trade, including Mick, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you on next week's show, Mick.
Yeah, next week's show, Mick. We'll see you next week.
All right. Burned off my dad jokes. Damn.
All right, I'll do